It's day 3 of our journey, and I'm actually sitting at the very top of Heavenly Pillar Peak at 5,288 feet, which is actually the tallest peak on all of Wudang Mountain. And this is without a doubt the most beautiful place I have ever been in my life.
You can literally look down on everything, all the temples that you walk past to get up here. You can look down on all of it from up here, and it's the most amazing view that I've ever seen.
There was some beautiful mist that was coming through the valley, and it made me think that the god Zhenwu, who is the god of water and also the god that watches over all of Wudang Mountain, was actually sending us a personal message of greeting.
And then we took these cable cars all the way up. I don't know exactly how far up it was in feet, but it was just like a 25-minute cable car ride. And I was with Christy, and she was a little bit scared. I couldn't get up to take any pictures because she didn't want me to shake the cart.
But the first thing that I was really struck by when we stopped and got out of the cars was how beautiful the setting was. It seemed like it would be beautiful coming up in the cable cars, but when you turned around and really looked at what was around you, all you see are rolling peaks, and it's extremely serene.
When we got up here, already we were so high, and then there's just stairs after stairs.
I've climbed more stairs today than I think I have in the last year.
Stairs after stairs, and then little resting areas that you can stop at with some temples. We stopped at one called the Good Luck Hall, and you walk in, and it said that if you go in there and you don't have that good of luck, or even if you have good luck, and you walk around the statue of Zhenwu, you will have better luck.
The last structure I got to see was the Golden Hall, and it was beautiful in and of itself, but what was really interesting about it, I found out, was that it was actually built in Beijing, all in one piece.
It was built during the Ming Dynasty, which was the height of Taoism in the area.
This structure is actually made out of 20 tons of fine copper and 800 pounds of gold. So it's very heavy, and it's also very ornate. So it was built in Beijing, and then it was carried by boat over to this area, taken apart, carried up this mountain, and put back together. Coming up the stairs, there are chains on either side with hundreds of locks as you come up. And I'm told that these are for wishes, say good marriage, good health, healthy family. And what they do is you'll come up, take the lock it, undo the key, and throw it out into the mountain.
As a practitioner of Shaolin Kung Fu, it was really neat to come to the top of Wudang Mountain. I was asking our tour guide about the long history of conflict between Shaolin and Wudang, and I actually learned that it's kind of more legendary, more something you see in movies than actually existed. We got invited down to the Eight Immortal Temple, which is about a 200-year-old temple.
Today I got to see Priest Rien and his disciples perform. While we were watching, we got to see many, many different weapons being performed, and some that I had actually never seen before in my life. One of the weapons was actually a whip, and I'd never seen, or I didn't even know that the whip was a weapon that is traditional in any sort of martial art.
I've seen those weapons before, but I don't know what all of them are called exactly. I know one of the weapons was the deer horns. And then there was like a big old broadsword. I don't know what that's called. I saw it in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but other than that, I haven't seen it before. It amazes me how different Wudang Kung Fu is from Shaolin Kung Fu. You can really see the Taoist influence in the movements, dealing with the theory of yin and yang and circles and the bakwa. You can see it in all the footsteps, the way that they move around. One of the coolest parts of the demonstration that I saw was the horsetail whisk. and I think traditionally it was used to clean, but it also, they use it as a weapon to protect the temples when people would try to come in and steal things. But I got to see a form, and I've never seen it used in a form before, and so that was really awesome.
Priest Rian himself was very charismatic, and when he came out to do a Tai Chi form for us, it actually made me cry just watching him move his chi. You could actually watch him move his chi.
His hands are moving in a circle, but then also his body's moving in a circle, and then his knees and his legs are moving in a circle. So everything's moving in unity, and that in itself is a Taoist theory.
That was just, I don't even have words. I was so moved.
We had a chance to learn a small section of the Wudong Tai Chi, a very, very small section. But I think his point in showing us that simple movement was how everything needed to be connected. We just kept doing the same thing over and over because you feel it and you feel your body, and then you know you're doing it wrong, and then you can one by one think of the things that he said to do. Put the tongue to the roof of the mouth, keep your back straight, and then relax, and the more you do it, and then all of a sudden, boom, it just clicks. And you're breathing down into your dantian, and you can feel it, and then you start to feel that chi. And I think that, feeling it for a split second is saying something, and I think that that's really good, but you have to keep practicing and practicing and practicing before that is a consistent feeling. It's really interesting how much practice that really takes to really, really do it correctly and not just move your body. You know, anybody could pick up a few movements and do a little bit of Kung Fu, but the correct way to do it takes years of mastery, and you could see that in Priest Yuan's performance today of Tai Chi. It was really cool.
Today was a really, really magical day. We went up to Heavenly Pillar Peak, and one of the things that I felt like when I was up there was that this was something that was created in harmony with nature. It really seemed like people had really considered how they would put this together and how they would make it blend in with the mountain.
I got a chance to ask the priest some questions, and so I asked him about the rivalry between Shaolin and Wudong, and one of the most surprising facts that he talked about was that Wudong doesn't come from Shaolin. That Zhang Sangfeng, the creator of Tai Chi, who I always thought left the Shaolin temple because he didn't like something about how he was being taught, and then went to Wudong and then started his own sect of Kung Fu. But apparently that's completely wrong, and that Zhang Sangfeng came from the north and then standardized Wudong Kung Fu, which had already been created on Wudong Mountain.